Hi guys, today I'll be tapping on some stuff while talking about my favorite yaoi manhwas. So I want to today talk about some of my favorite manhwas, and I am super picky about it. Like one wrong move and I block the whole damn manhwa. I have written down my top 14 and I will be talking about them from the last to the first. So at 14, my favorite yaoi manhwa is Here You Are. Here You Are, Here You Are is mostly a slice of life manhwa and so good guys. It grounds you, it emotionally grounds you literally. The characters feel so human and not those buff guys, those unrealistic beauty standards that is common in yaoi manhwas generally. The characters feel like actual people you can relate to emotionally. They have their own. I'm really sorry. There's a hair in my mouth. The characters feel like real people with insecurities, fear, and shame, and personal problems, and the romance develops extremely slowly and realistically. And almost most of the popular yaoi manhwas, I generally feel like it's all about porn without plot. So something this warm, mature, and deeply understanding manhwa where sex is not the main factor in the semi and Yuka's life, in the top and bottom's life, feels so grounding and it's generally my comfort manhwa. I love it so much. And on number 13, my favorite manhwa is Roses and Champagne. If you know, you know, you get it. So, Roses and Champagne is, I'd like to say, a dark romance, but in a glamorous way and in a chaotic way. The both of the leads are extremely charismatic, uh, sometimes a little out of their mind people, especially Caesar, sometimes feel like both magnetic and terrifying. But what I love about this manhwa is it's not a damsel in distress type of stuff. The shit you see mostly in those mafia manhwas, like the main lead is a damsel who is always afraid, scared, and emotionally dependent, and the top is always like the extremely unhealthily dominant one, whose mind is like always sex, sex, and sex. But yeah, Roses and Champagne has a lot of um, smexy stuff on it too. But what I like about this is both of the characters are somewhat equally dark. Like they they are both mature enough to understand what their profession demands for them, and it's not a jinx type of way where the chemistry is so off. It's literally disgusting. Caesar and I forgot the bottom's name. Oh my god. Caesar and our MC has unbeatable chemistry. Like from the first eye contact, the chemistry is insane. You can literally cut the tension through the screen. And number 12 on my screen is a really similar manual to Here You Are. It is called Salad Days. It is a comfort manhwa, guys. I cried so much while reading it. The relationship feels healthy, sincere, and truly romantic. The bottom works so hard for his dreams, and both of them has such high ambitions, high standard, and the dialogues are so emotionally mature, and both of them know when to give space to each other, and they are extremely supportive towards each other, and they, most importantly, they are growing together both emotionally and career wise. It really captures youth, can't describe it enough. Then going up on my list that I have on my screen right now is number 11, A Painter Behind the Curtain, and I bet you have not heard about it because it's so fucking underrated. Like, why aren't most more people reading about talking about this? It's so dreamy, and if I remember it correct, I've read it like 2 years back. It's set in France, Paris, and it is so beautiful. And the MC is an artist. It feels emotional, melancholic in a way. The pacing, the art is top tier. It's a story about loneliness, trauma, healing, and the feeling of truly being seen by someone for the first time. And the MC, who is higher socially in a lower position than the top, doesn't feel frail or afraid or dependent all the time. They just go off. The chemistry is insane. I recommend it so highly. Okay, let's do some tapping now. Number 10 on my list is Biting the Tiger, and when I say it's one of the most beautiful manhwas I've ever read, like, dude, give me 10 more of this. Biting the Tiger is devastatingly beautiful. I think most people skip it because it's under the shonen tag, and it doesn't have the smut in it that most teenage girls want. No shame to smut. We love some good smut. Uh, it's truly about. Also, it's under the supernatural tag. So if you're not into it, I think you'll not like it. But the storyline is genuinely so beautiful. Like, it mixes folklore, tragedy, romance, past lives, fate, everything. Like, it's a spiritual experience, guys. It's an emotional experience, not a sexual one. And the manhwa feels extremely melancholic, sad, but warm at the same time. Like, it will heal something in your heart, and it will teach you about love in ways you didn't know it existed. Also, the bottom has blue hair, so it's so cool. I love this kind of character styles. The next in my list, number 9, is Semantic Error. So love it. I have reread it like 3 and 4 times. It's extremely good. If you haven't, you need to read it now, and then you need to watch the Korean series. What I love about Semantic Error is because I completely fell in love with the MC Jaeyoung. Jaeyoung or Sangwoo? Who was the bottom? I completely fell in love with the bottom. Like, he is an OCD mess, but he's so adorable. The pacing feels just so right, and both of the characters seem so mature and charismatic, and actual people, actual students, not some fantasy guy, but they are fantasy guy. And it's really funny, vulnerable, and the kisses are hot as fuck. And I love how there's a chasing trope here. Like, the bottom doesn't give in easily, the top has to work for it, work for that love, work for his attention. And yeah, and you will not believe what is in my list in my top 8. Enid. Yes, Enid. It is about, it is so beautiful. It is about Egyptian mythology, but yaoi. Like in the, if you know anything about Egyptian mythology, it is depicted through hieroglyphs. Am I saying that right? That the god of war Seti, not Seti, Seth, the god of war Seth was impregnated. Why am I forgetting my English? Impregnated by the main Egyptian god Horus when he accidentally ate Horus' semen through a that was mixed with a lettuce leaf and was carrying his child and carrying Horus' essence with him, which was really humiliating for him because Horus and Seth were basically rivals. So this story in it is between the chaos of Seth and Horus, but it's actually dark, and I'll give a trigger warning if you want to read that manhwa, because yes, the mythology is extremely beautiful, the characters are beautiful, but there are some torturous, traumatic, and fucked up things, like Seth gets fucking destroyed by some people, and by the end, I promise you, if you read this manhwa, you will not be thinking about the chemistry of Horus and Seth anymore. All your mind would conjure would be shipping Seth and happiness. Like, I want happiness for Seth, that's it. It's dark, psychological, unforgettable, and a great way to learn about Egyptian mythology, Egyptian gods, if you're into it. And number 7 in my list is Wet Sand. TJ is the fucking end game. Who else cheered? Like, oh my god, I am so happy right now. Like, I could cry. And how many. And guys, the love between Ian and TJ is so deep, so beautiful, suffocating, morally complicated, like that. It forces you to think about love in a different way, in a non conventional way. Like, TJ loved Ian to the bones, like he was fucked up with his love, the longing, the jealousy, the smart scenes, the unresolved pain in. Sorry guys, I'm sweating because I had to turn the fans and air conditioners off because it would ruin the ASMR experience for you guys. And can we fucking talk about how much TJ sacrificed for Ian? Like, he fucking sacrificed his whole career, his mafia career for Ian, and Ian literally went through a long relationship with Joe and many other guys, and he kept fucking coming back to TJ because in his heart, no matter how much he denied, he loved TJ. I love everything about them. Not a fan of triangles, but I never counted Joe as a main character anyway, so sorry for that. And number 6 in my list is a familiar manhwa. I am sure you have heard the name of it. It is Under the Green Light. What I love about this is that both of the men are equally fucked up and equally dark. The art is breathtaking. There's always green, dark, melancholic hue, neon green hues over the art style. If you haven't read it, you are probably confused about what I'm saying, but all of the panels have a dark hue in them that really builds the character of Matthew and Jane. Like, both of them are stuck in a box of their toxicity, and there's a desperate need for comfort and understanding in them. It's messy, it's intense, it's loyal, it has it has an extremely strong plot. And what I love about the sex scenes in Under the Green Light is both of them are equally reciprocating, which is really rare in BL manhwas. If you are a fan, you'd know that most BL manhwa sex scenes are the bottom being extremely scared and crying like a baby, acting like a toddler, and not doing anything literally, and the top being some kind of executioner, some kind of stone who only cares about sex and nothing else. But whatever, we are not talking about that now. So, highly recommend Green Under the Green Light. Like, it left me in deep thoughts for days, and Jean is fucking sexy. And in number 5 in my list is The King's Maker. And its plot is so beautiful, like, I cannot talk about it enough. It's an epic, it's a novel, and like the political manipulation, the power struggles, the power dynamics, and the slow burn relationship between Wolfgang and Shane makes the story so beautiful. And who doesn't love a good romance between a king and his, what was Shane's role again? I kind of forgot, but he was in a higher position in the court. Like, I think he was an education minister or something, but he was extremely talented, and he had a complex, and both of the characters have complex personalities. Their dynamic evolved so beautifully from survival and strategy to trust and love, and highly recommend to if you haven't read that. Number 4 in my list is Royal Servant. Yeah, don't judge me for this, but the first few chapters, if you can breathe through it, you do not like regret. It's one of the most beautiful master servant dynamics I've seen in BL, and the obsession, the dark, the tragic scenes are there, but it has such a big plot twist, guys. Like, it blew my mind away. The I think the servant wasn't actually a servant. He was an FBI intelligence guy kind of stuff, but injected him with some kind of memory loss stuff so that he would lose his memory but make his way through the palace through, and the master is some kind of supernatural being, and the plot is so well written. I think if you can stomach the dark emotional and physical stuff, you'll love it. And number 3 in my list is Payback. Love everything about it. Can't recommend enough. I fucking love Yunjae. I fucking love both of their complex characters. Their personalities are so well built. Like, whoever written that and whoever illustrated that manhwa gave them a free supply of McDonald's for the rest of their lives. The every character in that manhwa is so well written. The story feels so well paced and witty and tense and entertaining, and the romance is slowly building, and the bottom has actually a personality and and a charisma of his own. Even though from poor background, he doesn't like bow in front of the top, like he fights back until the end. And Yunjae, obviously extremely handsome daddy. Yeah. So, and for my number two, we are getting to the number one. I'm so excited. And for my number two is Nerd Project. I have read it just last year, and when I say I am obsessed with it, so good, so good, so good. What makes Nerd Project so unique is the chemistry, I would say. The tension feels natural, well paced, awkward, and incredibly human. And I love how emotionally mature and guarded both of them are, and the enemies to lover dynamics. I eat that shit up every time. Their dialogues are well written, the characters are well written, and the kiss scenes. Oh my god, check out the kiss scenes, guys. They kiss like Americans. Are they Americans? I don't know because I guess they are. The top and bottom's names were Andrew and Luke. They kissed like they had nutrition deficiencies in their food. And my number one manhwa, the manhwa I love, the manhwa that made me cry, that manhwa that made me go through a whole damn spiritual experience, the spiritual. It changed me divinely, it changed my way of thinking, it changed my personality. It's Prince Bari, and it follows the story of a shaman who can see a spirit named Dongwa. Fuck that. It's a story about a shaman and a CEO. So good. It wasn't a manhwa to me, guys. It changed my life. It felt like spiritual awakening. Sorry for that. The story carries this haunting, almost mythological loneliness, and it shows like how love can persist even after thousands and thousands of years. Uh, it felt fragile and divine at the same time. The chapters are like poetry. It like perfectly described the longing, the loneliness, and the trauma, and the identity of someone, and the devotion in love. Everything about it is so perfect. If you have not read Prince Bari, read it, guys. Read it like right now. It's like poetry in motion, poetry in art. So good. Yeah, that's it. I have gone through my list of my favorite manhwa in from last to first order. This year I have not read a single manhwa. I mostly reread my past ones because I feel like there are not many good manhwas anymore. The whole genre now feels like porn without plot to me, and it's slowly losing its beauty. And maybe I'm growing up, or maybe there's too much sloppy stories and weird sex that I do not like is incorporated in this genre. If you've watched this video till now, thank you so much for listening to my yapping. Bye.